Good morning, everyone. We are continuing here in the words of the Orchis Yosher as we explore deeper understandings of why Gemilus Chasadim, acts of kindness, are so imperative and so beneficial for a person. And he brings down a fascinating Maisa story from Chazal. Uba Avos the Rebbe Nosson, in the famous work Avos the Rebbe Nosson, it tells over the following story. Pamachas Haya Rabban Yochanan ben Zakkai Yitzim Yerushalayim. Once Rav Yochanan ben Zakkai was leaving Yerushalayim, Jerusalem. Vaya Rabbi Yoshua Haylech Acharav, and Rabbi Yoshua was trailing after him. V'ra Beis Hamikdash Charev, and he saw that the Beis Hamikdash, the holy temple itself, was destroyed. How much is this for our times as we are coming close to Shivasa B'Tammuz? The 3 weeks is about to begin, and we are always constantly thinking about the destruction of the Beis Hamikdash. So Rabbi Yoshua said, Amar Rabbi Yoshua, Oy lanu al zeshu charev, woe to us that the Beis Hamikdash has been destroyed. Makayim shemechaprim ba v'neseihem shel Yisrael. What was so great about the Beis Hamikdash? It was the place where the Jewish people could be granted atonement for their great many sins. And they would bring in their karbanos, their sacrifices. They would offer them up on the mizbeach, on the altar. And if they had any sins and they had any averas that were in their hands, it was nischape, it would be forgiven for the work that they did there in the Beis Hamikdash. And therefore, Rabbi Yoshua was bemoaning the fact that we don't have a Beis Hamikdash, which means if we have sins, how do we get rid of them now? We don't have a korban, we don't have a sacrifice to bring. Oy lanu, what is going to be to us? So Amaloi, so Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai said back to him, Al Yeir Lecha. He told him, don't be distressed, don't be upset about the fact, and don't worry. We still have in our times a type of atonement that is kemoisa, that is exactly like the karbanos that they would bring in the Beis Hamikdash. And what is an atonement? What is an act that we can do in this world that is tantamount to bringing a korban, a sacrifice, in the holiest place in the world, in the Beis Hamikdash? Ve'ezeh, what is that? Ze gemilus chasadim, it's acts of kindness. Shenemar, like it says, ki chesed chafatzti veloy zavach. HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, chesed is what I desired, veloy zavach, and I did not ask for a korban, for a sacrifice. Says the Avos the Rebbe Nosson, such a chizuk for us in our generation. We live in a post-Beis Hamikdash world. We can't bring in korbanos, we can't bring sacrifices in anymore. A person does a sin, they ask HaKadosh Baruch Hu for forgiveness, but there's no ma'aseh, there's nothing that we can do that's going to undo the sin that we did. Says the Avos the Rebbe Nosson, yes there is. Yes, there is, even in America in 2019, or wherever you might be while you're listening to this. We're living in 2019, nearly 2,000 years since the Beis Hamikdash was destroyed. But there's a constant avodah, a constant work that a person can do in this world, which has never been taken away. And that is Gemilus Chasadim. If a person engages in acts of kindness, that means that they're building the world. Olam chesed yibane. The world is built with chesed. It's built with kindness. And therefore, just as a korban, which brings me closer to Hashem and atones for the sins that I did, chesed will bring me closer to Hashem and it will atone for the sins that I have committed. May we be zeiche that although we cannot offer korbanei, sacrifices in the Beis Hamikdash, we can't even go in to the Beis Hamikdash, even get up on the mount where the Beis Hamikdash once stood. But wherever we are in the world, whether it's America, whether it's Eretz Yisrael, whether it's South Africa, whether it's England, wherever a person is as they are listening right now, you should know that you have a microcosm of the Beis Hamikdash with you wherever you go. And that means that as long as you are engaged in acts of Gemilus Chasadim, you can look at yourself as bringing korbanos, as bringing sacrifices constantly before the Ribono Shel Olam, and that itself will find favor in His eyes, as it says, Ki chesed chafatzti, I desire chesed, says Hashem. V'loi zavach, in a time where you can't bring in korbanos, sacrifices, Your chesed means the world to me. And in that I will be mechaper, I will atone for the sins that you have done. In this way we will come closer to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and we should be zeiche to the bias goyat tzedek, the coming of Mashiach tzidkenu, bimheira u'miyameinu, speedily and in our days. All the best.